Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're having a great day. The weirdest thing has been happening as I've been filming this video. I originally filmed this video with 3 readings. So this is the first, this is the second, and then there was a third after this. However, I have recorded that third reading multiple times, and each time something has gone wrong and the file does not have any audio attached to it. I don't know if it gets corrupted in the process of me moving files around, but for some reason that third reading is gone. So I decided I'm just not going to do it. It has now been corrupted multiple times. Clearly, I actually have changed the reading. I've pulled new cards for multiple times that I've filmed that reading, and it has just not worked out. So super bizarre. So we're just sticking with the first 2. Hopefully one of these 2 is speaking to you and will help you in some way. We're looking at the school year this year. So looking at the energies that will be a play for you over the course of the school year. And we're doing a Celtic Cross style spread. So we'll get your energy for the year, the main challenge for the year, something from your past that's impacting conscious energy, unconscious energy, something to expect in your near future, how you're influencing the situation, how something external is influencing the situation, a hope or fear that you have, and then a card to represent the overall energy for you of the year. And that's typically the outcome card, but I didn't want to do an outcome. So we're just talking about the overarching energy for the year for that final card. The oracle cards are from the Angel Number Oracle, and I'm using the Dream Vision Tarot to do the actual reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest, because there's a few interpretations for each card, just because this is a collective reading. They are longer readings, so you'll get a ton of information out of this. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm a new channel and that really helps me out. And I'm actually doing kind of a new style in this video today. So I typically have the cards all pulled beforehand, but today I'm doing things shuffling in front of you. We're going through it together, and let me know if you like that style. Anyways, hopefully one of the readings is calling to you. Stay tuned for the next one. Hopefully there will be more readings to choose from and this doesn't keep happening. But anyways, if you aren't thinking that either of these readings is calling to you, maybe pause the video, meditate a little bit, get into a clear-headed state. Maybe one will call out to you. If not, I apologize. Maybe, that third reading was meant for you and it's not here. I don't know. Anyway, I hope one of these is calling to you though, and I hope it resonates. So strange. Anyways, I will see you at your reading. I hope you enjoy. Welcome to reading number 1. If you are a returning viewer or a subscriber, you can see that there are no cards on the table. Usually what I do is I will pull the cards and then before the video starts, just because the way that I shuffle, they can sometimes take a while to come out. But I wanted to do it a little differently today and try something new. So if you like this new style where I'm shuffling on the screen and, taking the cards as they come out one by one, then let me know in the comments. I can try doing more videos like this. This is definitely an experiment, so we're going to see how things go. Again, one fell out, so I'm just going to accept that as our first card here. Remember to take what resonates here and leave the rest. So because this is more of a collective reading, there might be a few interpretations of each of the cards. You're just going to have to take the one that you feel like applies to your situation and is resonating for you, and then just kind of ignore the rest of them. Otherwise, let's get into it. We are going to look into your school year. If you haven't started yet, then I wish you the best. And if you have started, I hope it's going smoothly for you. I know I personally have a lot of anxiety about the school year starting. I'm a student myself, and hopefully this makes me feel a little bit better and it makes you feel a little bit better. So for reading number 1, we have Pyrite on the left and 1-2-1-2 choices. So the first card that fell out is going to be the energy of the school year, the main energy, something that, you can watch out for. Okay. Judgment. So for your school year, the energy of judgment is reflection, looking back on the things that have happened and determining exactly what you want to do in the future or how you want to proceed. So this is like transforming old patterns of behavior, awakening to the truth, learning about your true self. This is definitely an energy of like renewal. So if this school year you're exploring, what you want to do with your future or what your next step is going to be, that Judgment card makes sense for you, because in this card, the future is a little uncertain, but you are trying to figure out how you want to transform and move forward from here. And honestly, I do think that that has to do with this energy of choices. You're reflecting back on the choices that you've made and how you've ended up where you are. Let me shuffle so we can get our challenge card. So this is something that's too many cards. One fell out. Okay. This will be something that will, be a little bit difficult for you this year, but we'll take a look at all the other energies and see how you might be able to overcome this. 3 of Swords. Okay, so the challenge for you this year is going to be overcoming your anxiety, especially if something has happened in the past that has wounded you, brought you some sorrow, some tears, or maybe you're feeling a lot of unhappiness and anxiety right now. Perhaps it's about this uncertain future. The challenge for you is going to be to really keep that anxiety in check, healing from anything that's happened in the past, and taking some time, pausing, and really actually allowing yourself to do that reflection that is in that Judgment card. You don't want to act in haste this year. You want to take that extra time to reflect, because if you're acting too quickly, it might be fueled by anxiety rather than, the proper energy, I guess. Let's take a look at something from the past. Too many cards fell out. Let's see. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to take the one that's on the top here. Page of Cups. Okay, so Page of Cups could be a person from your past, or this could be a type, like a personality that you have adopted in the past. So you're going to have to, I guess, figure that out for yourself. So Page of Cups is very intuitive, very soft, very loving, very positive. So perhaps, this could be a person that has been, very dreamy and soothing and inspiring. So, but there's a lack of boundaries there and an easy to be influenced and prone to changing their mind. So if this was you, then this could be that you've really taken other people's opinions and thoughts a little too much to heart, and you've allowed it to influence the choices that you've been making. If this is somebody else in your life, then perhaps interacting with this person, your relationship with this person is going to be important this year. And if it is another person, this might be a water sign. You can see there's a lot of fish here. Perhaps there's a Pisces energy, but I think it more so has to do with this energy of allowing other people to influence your choices and your decision making. And perhaps that's why you're going to be engaging in this judgment and this reflection. Let's take a look at the unconscious energy of this year. So this is something that you might not be fully aware of, but it is operating in the background or under the surface of things, this energy. We have the 3 of Wands again. So this is something that's happening more so under the surface. Let's think about how this could really be playing out. The 3 of Wands, again, I guess kind of similar to this in like that theme of choices and decision making. With the 3 of Wands, it's that like the seed has been planted, but there's a lot more planning left to do. So you've maybe done a lot of planning and made a lot of plans, and you're at this point where you're reflecting on all the choices that you've made, but there's still a lot of work left to do. But the 3 of Wands is indicating that, it's going to be a good outcome, and it has the capacity to bring good things into your life. So that's definitely the energy running underneath the surface, that plans have been made, but it'll be good in a good sense. It's in a good sense for sure. Something to be excited about. So if you are experiencing some change in your life, then, be excited about it. There's definitely a theme of choices here. The conscious energy, the 2 of Swords. So this is something that you will be very actively dealing with. It'll be on the forefront of your mind and like a big theme in your life this year. So the 2 of Swords is about maintaining balance between 2 forces. the year might present some challenging situations for you, but similar to what we discussed with this card, the goal is going to be to maintain your balance and understanding that you're definitely in this transition period, also indicated by the Judgment card, but this transition period with the Two of Swords as well, because the Two of Swords is trying to figure out what to do next. What are you going to do next? It's this moment of pause while you're deciding. This card also can represent, justice, and I guess because you can see that the card is blind. So you might not feel like you know what to do or where you're going, and you're really trying to weigh out all of your decisions. And you might feel like you're kind of making this decision blind. That's not always a bad thing, but it can cause a lot of anxiety, which we can see we talked about earlier with this Three of Swords. Let's take a look at what might be coming next for you. Okay, so coming immediately next, you have the Death card, which is definitely a card of transformation. So I think you will be experiencing some kind of transformation similar to this energy in Judgment. You are going to be asked to leave behind the things that are no longer serving you and allow yourself to transform into something bigger and better. Something is going to be changing for you in the near future, but it's not something to be afraid of. I personally don't find myself afraid of the Death card, and you're just going to be asked to embrace the new. So keep that in mind for this year, for what's coming next. Let me move this stuff over because we're going to do an additional column here. All right, so the next card is going to be your influence on the situation. Oh, everything went flying. I'm going to take this one since this one separated itself from the pack. Okay, so definitely trying to maintain balance, which we discussed with this Two of Swords card. You have a good attitude about this situation, I think for sure. You are trying to maintain balance and maintain harmony. And if other people are giving you their opinions, you are also trying to find the middle ground and find the balance between what you want to do and what maybe other people are expecting of you. The Temperance card is a good card to see here. This is like a good energy to have, especially with your own influence. But it's important to remember with the Temperance card that, compromise, you only want to do that if the compromise is going to be for your own personal growth and development and going to bring you harmony. Okay, let's take a look at some of the outside influences and energies. Nine of Cups. Okay, I feel like that is a good card to see here. Nine of Cups is all about, enjoying the good outcome of things, I guess. Like, the universe is going to put you in a position to get what you want, and you're going to emerge, maybe even from this situation, this transformation situation, having reached a higher point in your life, and it's going to bring a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. You might even receive some recognition for all of the hard work that you've put in. Let's take a look at a hope or a fear. Let me see here. Oh, this card flipped. Okay. Queen of Cups. Very interesting considering that we have that Page of Cups energy in your past. So I think maybe the Queen of Cups is indicating that you might want to be evolving into this energy and growing as a person. I mean, the Queen of Cups definitely follows her intuition, maybe is trusting of her gut feelings. So if you have been allowing other people to influence, now you definitely are hoping that you will have a lot more trust in yourself, and that you will, if you want to go into something that is like a field or, with your learning, you want to help people heal and grow, that's what you are hoping for yourself, that you will be able to help people heal and grow. And again, not being taken advantage of is really the goal here as well. Let's take a look. So I know I said, I don't even know if maybe I'll put it over here. So with this outcome card, I said this in the introduction, this position is typically for the outcome. But in this situation, I don't think there really is an outcome because we're talking about stuff that's happening throughout the entire year. So I would like to approach this instead as more of like the biggest energy that's at play this year for you. I'm going to take the one that came out on top. So the Four of Wands, another very positive card. I do think that this year overall, it's going to be a good year for you. The Four of Wands, again, is a very positive card, and the work that you put in this year will help you remove any obstacles to success, and you are going to be completing this big project or reaching this big milestone. So if this is a graduation year for you, you know, the fact that you're graduating is going to be a big deal, and a lot of your efforts are going to be rewarded, which we saw here with this Nine of Cups. You might even receive some outside recognition, which we talked about here, but this is definitely reaffirming that. And, you know, I think that there is going to be a group celebration or a party, and this year overall is going to be really good for you. I'm excited. You know, there's always good things and bad things, especially when you're looking at an entire year's timeline, but this is pretty positive, a pretty positive reading. I'm excited for you. I wish you the best with this school year. I hope that you take what resonates here and you leave the rest, and like the video if it resonated. I definitely use the likes to see what's working and what's not in the videos. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this style of pulling the cards on the go and interpreting them on the go. And subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a new channel, so that really helps me out. I hope I will see you again in a future video. Welcome to reading number 2. You can see on the left, the crystal was the green opal, and the oracle card was 66 Revisit. Again, we're taking a look at your school year. I know here when I'm filming this video, and I'm located in the United States, you know, most people's school year has started, and this video is just going to give you an idea of what to expect over the course of the entire school year. So it's a long period of time. It might take a while for you to see these energies actually play out. And of course, things always change, especially when you're talking about the future. So keep that in mind. And remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. So because this is more of a collective reading, I might offer a few interpretations of the cards. Just take the one that applies to your situation and that is resonating for you, and just kind of ignore the rest of the interpretations. I'm doing something a little different today. I usually pull the cards in advance and lay them out, and then we go through them together in the video. But today I'm going to be shuffling and kind of like, you know, seeing what falls out, and then, you know, we're going to work on the fly here. So let me know if you like this style better in the comments. I will be looking for those comments, especially because maybe I'll do this style again in the future. And if people don't really like it, then maybe I'll just go back to what I was doing before. Anyways, let's get into it. So the first card is going to be your energy for the school year. This card was separate, so we're going to accept this card. King of Swords. Okay, definitely a very logical energy. King of Swords is scientific thinking. So I don't know if you're in school for the sciences or you really enjoy science, you know, that is definitely going to play a theme for this year. A lot of thinking happening, which it makes a lot of sense because you're in school. You're going to really want this year to be disciplined, have a system, have a routine, you know, really working on building your intelligence and your mental power, things like that. So I do think it's not going to be a very emotional year for you. It's going to be very focused on the grind. Let's, you know, as we go through this, let's keep in mind how this theme of revisit might come into play. Let's look at what your challenge might be for this year. Okay. The Magician. Okay, so the challenge is definitely going to be related to creating new opportunities and, you know, manifesting, turning things into the situation that you want. You might struggle with manifesting this year, or struggle with the idea that you can turn any situation into what you want it to be. You might doubt your abilities to, like, have whatever future that you want. And that's going to be the challenge for this year, is overcoming that and understanding and embracing your own power and your ability to, like, create the life that you want for yourself. Let's take a look at something from the past that is going to be influencing things for you this year. Four of Cups. Okay, so if you have been feeling kind of bored, perhaps in the past school years, not really feeling all too engaged, or like maybe you're regretting or have some remorse about things that have happened in the past, you know, you don't want to get lost in those feelings. And you definitely want to shift your focus and shift your perspective and try to look at the more positive aspects. And that will help you, you know, be happier. If you've felt like you've been kind of lost in nostalgia and daydreaming in the past, you know, that energy is going to carry forward into this year. And perhaps that's maybe why you won't feel as in touch with your personal power. And maybe that will be a challenge for you. But let's take a look at the other energies so we can have a deeper understanding of what's going on. This is going to be the conscious energy for the year. So this is something that is definitely playing out on the forefront. Maybe you're thinking about it a lot. It will be a very obvious energy for you. Ace of Swords. Okay, so you are definitely going to change your mindset this year. That is definitely going to be at the forefront. You might even learn the truth about something or have some kind of a realization, perhaps about what you're doing in school or what you want your path in life to be. And changing your perspective on things is going to be a big theme for you. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else here. But this is definitely about the mindset, and that makes sense considering that the King of Swords was your overall energy. But again, the Ace of Swords is still about logic and thought and facing your truth. Maybe you've been questioning your path. Maybe you might want to revisit your path. Maybe you'll be facing your truth and changing your mind about something this year. Let's take a look at the unconscious energy. So, okay. This is something that will be playing out underneath the surface. It might not be as obvious, but it will still be influencing the situation. Eight of Wands. So Eight of Wands is all about movement, especially like quick movement. Feeling excited, feeling optimistic about things. You know, I think since this is, you know, in the unconscious energy, you might not feel very excited and very optimistic, but you know, the new phases and new times will still be influencing the situation, just maybe a little bit underneath the surface. So definitely, if you are facing some kind of a decision, follow your gut and be confident that things are going to turn out as planned. And there, under the surface, you know, there might be some communication happening, some long distance travel, you know, anything related to that. The Eight of Wands is definitely a movement card, but it won't be very obvious. So these opportunities might be playing out underneath the surface. They might not be happening right in front of you, and then they might kind of come to fruition a little bit later. Not sure. Let me know in the comments about your thoughts on that and what kind of a situation you're in. I'm going to move these over. We're going to take a look at something that you can expect in the near future. I'm going to take the one that is on top. So the Eight of Pentacles, very interesting. The Eight of Pentacles to me is definitely about planning. So if you are in some kind of a decision, about, you know, what you're going to do with your life, thinking about that, you're going to have patience about it. You're going to want to build your skills, master your skills, be focused, be dedicated. And it seems like that's something that you'll be on board with, because the King of Swords definitely matches that energy with that focus. But you are going to accomplish your goals and earn your rewards as long as you focus on building your skills and mastering your craft. So expect in the near future a lot of study, which makes sense considering you're in school, but you know, definitely expect to work on that in the near future. Let's take a look at your internal influences. So this is about how you're going to be influencing and impacting your school year. My gosh, everything went flying. I'm going to take this one since it kind of separated itself here. The Knight of Swords. Okay. Again, with that swords energy related to you. So I don't know if you're an air sign, but Knight of Swords is definitely about feeling a little bit ungrounded, changing your mind a lot about things, a lot of thoughts going on, and that, you know, that swift change you desiring that swift change is definitely going to have an impact. I think you're looking for intellectual challenges and you enjoy intellectual challenges and you want to make use of that. And you have a lot of thoughts that come and go very quickly and ideas change very rapidly. And so that rapid changing of ideas is really going to impact your experience of the school year. Let's take a look at the external. Okay, that one flipped itself. Let's take that one. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this I think is probably somebody else in your life let me move this stuff over a little bit. Queen of Pentacles in the external position kind of indicates that this will be somebody else in your life that is going to have an impact of your experience this year. This could be a feminine energy, could be an earth sign, but Queen of Pentacles is very domestic, very caring. Like if you have a mother figure, this could definitely, the Queen of Pentacles definitely gives mother figure. And I think they will be helping to, I don't know what the right word is. They're going to help bring stability into your life, practicality, prosperity, organization. She's going to help heal you as you go through the years, She's going to just make you feel better about things. And I think they'll just be supporting you in your journey this year, but they will have a significant influence. Let's take a look at a hope or a fear that you might have about the school year. Pull one of these cards here. Hopefully you can hear me shuffling. Sometimes I realize that I'm shuffling off screen. Let's take a look if something. Okay. Hope or fear. Interesting. King of Pentacles, kind of reflective of that Queen of Pentacles. So I would assume that this is a hope. This could be an energy that you might want, you're hoping to enter into this year. And it's interesting that it is reflective of the King of Swords, which you had in your overall energy position here, your energy. Perhaps you're hoping to transition into the King of Pentacles, or maybe... Actually, you know what? I do think that this is a hope, because the King of Pentacles is a very successful businessman, resourceful, principled, successful, very serious about wealth, very serious about business, and focused, determined, all of that good stuff. So I think if maybe you're an entrepreneur or like you want to start your own business and like be your own boss and you want to build, a kingdom and a legacy, that's something that you're hoping that you can enter into this year. Perhaps that's why you are so focused and so determined and driven to engage in the schoolwork, and you're looking to really, build your craft and master your skill, because eventually you want to be very successful. We're going to take a look. So instead of doing an outcome card, we're going to do like the biggest energy. That's not necessarily like this is your energy, but this is like the biggest energy of the year. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to take this one since it kind of separated itself there. So the Two of Swords, very interesting. So the Two of Swords is about facing a decision. So I do think that you will have to decide, over the course of this school year, really what you want to do and what you want your future to look like. You're going to have to balance two opposing mental forces. So you're going to have to keep, if like this card, typically I associate with feelings of like anxiety or sadness, things like that, maintaining the balance between the optimism and the negativity, the pessimism, things like that. So might not be a ton of action this year, but this year is going to be important for you to figure out what step to take next. So you're not sure what to do maybe over the course of this year, but you are doing a lot of thinking and you're figuring out what action to take next. This is definitely not a year that's full of action. I think you're going to be focused on your craft. You're going to be dedicated to your schoolwork, but you are going to want to stay in touch with, your personal power and things like that. So keep that in mind as you move through the school year. I wish you the best for this year. I hope you have a great year. Let me know in the comments if you liked this style, and leave a like if this resonated for you. I'd use that to figure out if I'm in the right, doing the right thing, heading in the right direction with these videos. Leave a I already said that. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a new channel, so that really helps me out. And I hope I'll see you again in a future video.